This is a dry woolly spider from Ed Story's Missouri Trout Flies, How to Tie and Fish Them. He ties them on anything from a 12 to as small as you can find dry fly hackle. So I'm tying it on a 18 dry fly hook using yellow thread. I will first tie in the hackle. I'm using cream hackle according to his instructions, tying it with the dull side out, shiny side towards the hook so that it will reverse palmer and the fibers will point towards the eye of the hook. For the body, I'm using yellow floss. He used something called Spectrum, and I don't know what that is. Something that was available that he sold in his shop back when he wrote the manual. But yellow floss with yellow thread, I think, is what he intended to have a smooth body. We want this fly to float, so we don't want a body that's going to absorb a lot of water. So I'm just going to wrap a floss around to create a very smooth and thin body. And it's really the best I can from the pictures that he has in his manual. It's an old black and white mimeographed, if you know what that means and how old that technology would be. So there's no colors. He just gives a spectrum number, which means nothing to us today. But I'm guessing, and it works. So catch that floss in, securing wraps underneath, and then I'll just reverse palmer this feather, and he says to use very sparse wraps. So I think about 4 wraps. Maybe 5 on this hook, but 4 is going to take me up to the eye of the hook. He wants the segmentation to show through the hackle. And you can see how those hackle fibers are pointing forward to the eye of the hook in what we're calling a reverse hackle. I'm going to pull back on it a little bit to try to wrap ahead and not catch in too many fibers as I do that. I'm going to try to keep a clean eye. I'm just slipping off. I have to do a little bit of cleanup there. Then I can just grab that, maybe snap it out of there. Got a couple of long fibers that I caught in. Okay. And then I'm going to whip finish that. Pretty simple, but effective trout fly, particularly the Missouri State Park trout. So just the 3 wrap finish. Take my thread out of there, and then I'll put a little bit of cement on that head using diluted goop, and just a drop on the head will hold that knot. So a dry woolly spider from Ed Story's Missouri Trout Flies, How to Tie and Fish Them.